Hey, what's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to another episode of my F1 2018 Alfa Romeo Fantasy Career Mode here on Motorsport Manager. We're here for round number 15 at the Doha GP for the finale of Season 3 here today then. So the final race, and then we'll get into what could be a very exciting Season 4. But I want to round this off with a good one. Doha, obviously last episode, if you did miss that, by the way, be sure to go check that one out before you see this one. You know, a mixed bag. You know, we were looking really good, and then towards the end, the Mercedes kind of came in clutch, and our aggressive strategy really didn't pay off. So that was unfortunate. Still got some good points, and I think we should be good for that P2. Mathematically, I don't think there's any way Red Bull can actually get us, so we're good. It's really just about if we can maybe cap it off with a third win. That would be really nice. We've got 2 wins, obviously, Carlos Sainz and Nico Rosberg, but it'd be really great to get a third win potentially. Car repair is done, and more crucially, we've got the 3 sponsors. Obviously, I told you guys that we're going to let these refresh because they weren't that great. We've now got 3 new offers. Again, 2 of them are position sponsors, which we won't bother with since we've already got 2, and so there's no point really doing that. So the one we've got now is Hugo Boss for 23 races, and this is a fixed pay per race. So it's not upfront payment, it's fixed per race. 23 races long. 6100. So the last one we had, the one I said wasn't that great. I think it was 8 million if I remember correctly for 16 races. So if we do 611000 times 16, we'll get 9.7 million over 16 races. So this offer is going to be better than the one we gave up. So overall, a good idea to wait for this offer to come in. It's still not amazing to what I want, but if we think about to other fixed payments I've got, like the one from Gucci at the moment, or you know, just previous ones we got Chand on as well, I think this is a pretty good offer actually. This one's actually a lot better than the one we got with Gucci, and Gucci last 15 races. So I think we should kind of be happy about this, but in retrospective, I would have liked to have it a little bit higher, but we can't really be, beggars can't be choosers, and we are definitely begging for a final sponsor. So we're going to take this one. It expires in 2 races, so there's no point turning it down now. I think we should just take it. Unfortunate that we don't have any other opportunities to get any big you know, upfront payment offers, because it would be nice to add to the 24 million tally, like, you know, really add to it, but it doesn't look like it. So I think going into Season 4, we probably will have the least amount of money going into it than we've ever had, really, unless the P2 prize money is absolutely astronomical, which I doubt it's going to be. So we'll obviously have like a cool like 15 million or something like that, or 18 million for the you know, the saving we've done, because we've been saving the budget for next year's car, but it's still not going to be a lot. Like, this will be 24, and then if you add like 15 onto it, so 30, 40 million, unless the prize money is going to be 50 million, which I doubt. It's probably going to be like 30 million at best. We're going to have we're going to have like 70 million, 80 million. So we won't have a lot actually, which is obviously a compromise we've done, because we improved this car a lot. We spent a lot more money on this year's car than we ever have done in the past. You know, usually we've been saving since halfway through the season, but I continue to spend. But hopefully that does pay out as well, because remember, the stats we've got are a lot higher for this car. You know, 873 on the risky rear wing, that's going to come into play for next year's car. So I hope that overall the compromise between money and spending money on this year's car to help out the base stats for next year's car is going to play out. Hopefully, that's the hope. It might just backfire on me. We might have a tougher season than I wanted to next year. We'll see, we'll see. But we've got some reports now. Championship target's fine. That's also another thing in hindsight. I should have asked for way more money. The target of 5th place, we've well and truly blown that out of the water. But 0% chance of rain for Doha, so it's going to be pretty much based on the pace on our car. And we've got some emails of, is Carlos okay? Feeling blue. Carlos seems a bit distant lately. Okay, minus 30 on the morale. It's probably because he's a reserve driver. I'm gonna guess. That's another thing that we need to do probably at the end of this episode, is decide if we're gonna fire Carlos Sainz. Now, there were a few comments, not last episode, but I think 2-3 episodes ago, when we first really started to ask the question whether we're going to fire Carlos Sainz, when especially Leclerc brought up in an email. And some of you saying, I should just keep him on, like it's worth it to keep him on. But financially speaking, It might not be, because if we talk about per race, what we're paying him, they're 15 races. So we're going to pay him for one more race here, and then you have an entire season where we've got him contracted. So that's going to be 16 rounds. We've got him contracted before he can just walk away for free. So that's his paycheck per race. Times 16 is 5.6 million. Whereas the cost to break his contract is 2.6. So we'd be saving... we'd be saving for 3 million basically. So it's 3 million that could come in handy. You know, 3 million is basically a brand new part, but it's whether maybe that's worth it or not. One part versus having Carlos just there in case maybe Leclerc starts to maybe have a bad patch in next season. We can sub Sainz in out of nowhere. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one to decide, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it after this race, I guess. So let's go in towards the practice then. Obviously, no rain, so it's going to be a very easy one in terms of, you know, the practice knowledge we're going to get. So in terms of the tyres, obviously choose Adidas for the sponsor. Tyre-wise, medium tyres, we'll choose... we'll have 2 for quali, probably maybe 2 for the race, 1, so yeah, that's fine. Hard tyres will go for plenty there, and we'll go for 4 mediums, just in case, you never know. But I think we'll probably be going for a hard tyre kind of strategy. I feel like Doha always kind of works well with a hard tyre, just going longer. It's a very long lap as well, so it's a very different kind of circuit. But that also means this definitely is going to be put to the test again. Like Brazil, we might not get all 4 levels of purple here. Bringing in Carlos Sainz, even though he's feeling blue and down and minus 30 morale, bring him in because obviously Leclerc just, the knowledge isn't there, so it's going to be difficult, especially this long lap. So bring in Sainz for this one. Like I said before in previous episodes, a little bit of a funny situation, kind of demoting him and then bringing him in for the practice sessions. Definitely, if it was real life, wouldn't be exactly the best kind of look. And also just morally a bit kind of iffy, but anyway, it's a game, so we'll bring them out there, try and get the knowledge, but bring them in. But yeah, kind of need it with a, I don't know, I can't remember how long the lap. I think it's like 1 minute 40, isn't it, or something like that, or 1 minute 20 at least. It's a long bloody lap for Motorsport Manager. Like, bring them in. We'll see what lap times are, but okay, it's a shaky start. Not great for either of them. 2 greats and a good. Not great. I thought that would have been better, and literally that's the same kind of setup we used last year, so 90% only. So don't know where to go with this. Probably a bit maybe more understeer because we can't really go anywhere else with that. And then speed bounds, I don't know. Maybe a little bit more top end speed. Let's try that on for size, and I gotta hope that's going to be the one to go with it. So improve the went a bit more understeer, and then also a little bit higher on the gear ratio there. Probably the same with Sainz. Let's go good, and then let's move that just a tad if we can. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's try. Oh, actually, I need to do the downforce as well. Well, I'm going to go for higher downforce since Rosberg's been liking the higher downforce, so I don't know about you, Sainz. Hopefully so. If not, then screw you, but let's go again. Setup change takes a while. We're already 21, just under 22 minutes gone into the session. Let's see what the lap time is. 1:47. Yeah, I was correct. It's a long bloody lap. Like, that's a long lap anyway in F1 terms. In Motorsport Manager terms, that's really long. It's like, a lot of the laps are like 1 minute. Like 1 minute 09, 1 minute 5 or something like that. So, there we go. 2 excellents and a great. Lovely work. Right. 12 laps. Hard tyres. Off your pop, Nico. And Sainz, you are not liking the high downforce. For some reason, you want the lower downforce. We did improve percentage-wise, because we improved everything else. Just need to improve this. So let's go the other way then, clearly. Move that, and now I need to basically line these lines up again. So let's go little tweak there. That should be fine. Right, I'm going to trust that's going to be good enough now. So let's send them out for a long lap. And now we'll sit back and let them get the knowledge. Level 1 nearly gotten. Definitely going to be tough, but I think in the race we're only going to need really the hard tyre knowledge, but obviously in quali we want the soft tyre. Right, bringing them in, and that's perfect timing. I literally brought in Rosberg. The split second he came into the pit stop, we got level 3, so we can quickly switch this over. We only got 11 minutes left, so this is going to be close. I don't know if we'll get really that much knowledge on either of these. Maybe level 1 at least, level 2 at a push. I don't think we'll get level 3 on the quali trim and or the soft tyres, but we'll try our best. But as best timing as we ever could have hoped there for Rosberg to just come in and bang straight away, go on the level 3 on the hard tyres and the race trim. So at the moment, pace wise, 1.7 off the pace, but let's see what the pace is like now on the soft tyres. See if that's going to be any better for them. Alright, there we go. That's more like it. Up into P4. Still 8 tenths off Hamilton's pace at the moment in practice. I mean, I never read too much into practice times, but clearly the Mercedes guys flexing their muscles once again. Rosberg gets within 3.5 tenths there, so that's looking a little bit better. We are going to get level 2, and we're coming into about 2.5 minutes left, so going to be close. We might just get this if I pray hard enough and really cross my fingers. Oh no, nah, damn it, lost a few crucial seconds there. There needs to be a qualifying trim that's longer than 3 laps. Like, I don't understand this. Like, let me fuel up for 10 laps and do quali runs, you know. It might not be exactly make any sense logically, but just let me do it. Right, yeah, we're not going to get level 3. That little, if we had continued on, we might have just got it, but the momentum's been killed. We're on the last lap, and we're about halfway through the level, and that's going to be it. So level 2 only for the qualifying trim and the soft tyres. Annoying, but understandable. Obviously, a very long lap here, like I said, so I'm sure the AI also haven't got the ideal knowledge they want, so we'll go into quali and see how it goes. Hopefully, it can be at least better than last year's quali here, because I remember in Season 2, I think Leclerc qualified like down in P20 or something like that. So hopefully we can get both Leclerc and Rosberg up into at least the top 7 to beat the sponsor target. But, you know, a lot higher. Maybe on the front row for Rosberg or even Leclerc. Let's see. But right, so soft tyres qualifying trim for both these guys. And we'll go out there for the final time in Season 3, lads. Let's do this thing. Leclerc with the car set up with 2 excellence and a great thanks to Carlos Sainz. Obviously, can't waste too much time in this quali session, but we'll wait a little bit because it's still going to be worth to wait a little, but it's going to be a little bit finer to get the laps done. So let's now go out pretty much now, and I'll send both cars out pretty soon after one another because I can't waste time here. So tyre choice, yeah, soft tyre, that's all good. Make sure I put them on auto, speed that up, and let's see. Right, what's the space saying for Charles Leclerc? Perfect and overheated preparation, and basically a clean track ahead of him. Very good. And we got cold and overheated for Rosberg, and he's got a car ahead of him. So very odd preparation there for Nico. So he's going to definitely need that second lap to do better. Whereas with Leclerc, he might be good on this first lap here. He's got a lot of, he's no cars ahead of him to hold him up. Ricciardo goes fastest at the moment, although, no, Hamilton has set a lap time. So Ricciardo out of nowhere there with a really good provisional pole lap time. Leclerc across the line. It's going to be P5. Decent showing there, although not great enough at the moment. Down to P6. Rosberg, what can he do? P10. Really poor first lap there. And so once again, Doha is not looking like a great one for us in quali. Let's see though. We've got a second lap, and obviously we've got some better preparation hopefully for Rosberg. Bring them in. Wait a little bit. Let a few cars go past. And now probably send them out. I would say I think all these cars are coming in, so I'm going to send them out now. Soft tyres, there we go. Come on, go out. Right, yeah, he's on auto. Rosberg, you got a lot of clean air here now. Send out. Go on, son. No, a Renault came out ahead of us. Let's do you auto. Let's do you auto, Rosberg. Let's really slow you down here. All right, perfect overheated for Rosberg. I think the same there, same thing for Leclerc. He's got traffic ahead of him, Rosberg, so I don't know how well this is going to go. It's going to be green in the first sector for Leclerc. You can see Rosberg clearly getting held up here by the Renault, so it really isn't going to be a great quali for us. Green, minimal time gain in the first sector there for Nico. He's going to overtake the Renault, try to, at least down the inside. That might lose him time. Green second sector for Leclerc. Let's move over to him as he goes through the final bend now. He's got a lot of clean air. Once again, he's only 3 tenths off now on the pole time across the line, and it is P5. Gets up into the top 7 at least to get the sponsor objective, so that's at least good. Rosberg 5 tenths off there. If he can keep that, that will get him up into P4 at least. Let's see. He had to overtake a car, but it's going to be P2. Okay, very good. Awesome. He had to overtake a car on his lap, and he's still got the front row of the grids. That is why we're going to have Rosberg in the team. That is why I'm not going to fire him or get rid of him, like some people have been suggesting here and there in the comments below of the last couple episodes. Rosberg, there's a reason why. He may be old, he may not be improving, but he's already got the pedigree, he's got the instant performance that we need to try and jump us up. But Leclerc still got into the top 7, so he did decent as well. And from from there we could do something in the race. But once again, Hamilton 4 tenths ahead. This guy just needs to get booted out of this F1 category category, to be honest. He's ruining the entirety of what could be a very enthralling, very close-knit championship fight. Right, moving on to the race. I don't really even know what we're going to do here. I think it's going to be a conservative strategy compared to our last couple. The hard tyres go 19 to 20 laps, probably. 20 laps, I would say, at a push. So we need 12 laps out of these soft tyres. Just about possible. Just about possible. So we're going to go with that. We're going to start on the soft tyres for both the drivers. And we'll go to the hard tyres. So it's going to be one stop. I think that'll be the way to go for us today. We're going to go in the hard tyre knowledge, race trim. Hard tyre knowledge, race trim. So it's been a while since we've done the uber conservative strategy, but I think this way, this race is honestly the way to go with it. So we're going to go attack and overtake, and we're going to get ready for the final race in Season 3. Right, here we go then to 5 red lights to the Doha Grand Prix, this series finale. Here we go, season finale, Season 3, and we're off, and it is a average start there for Rosberg. Okay for Leclerc, he's down 1 position though, down 2, down to P9, so in the end, not really that great through the final few turns, and Rosberg now is down to P3. Bottas has already flexed his muscles, and the Mercs are already looking good for a 1-2. God damn you, Mercedes. And Ricciardo's right up our chuff. It's going to be a difficult Grand Prix. I think this is another tricky circuit along with the tyre wear ones. This one's not really a high tyre wear circuit, but just generally it's going to be a tough one, I think, to manage. Trying to eke out this one stop. And Leclerc down to P9. He's struggling at the moment a little bit there down below. It's a lot of fighting there. He's up into P8 though. Come on. Oh, he's 3 wide here with a Ferrari and a Force India. Jesus. Right, Leclerc's fighting really quite hard. He's down to P10. But the thing is, he's just trapped in a lot of fighting, whereas Rosberg's got clean air at the moment. And he's actually now right behind Valtteri Bottas. So he might be able to close back up. To be honest, I'm going to have to start worrying about the tyres a little bit. Let's go pushing. We'll keep on overtake mode, but go pushing because we need to start protecting these tyres. And Leclerc really needs to hopefully get a move on here, or he's going to have to hope the one-stop works wonders here. So at the moment, it's looking more and more maybe. I thought I was really set on firing Carlos Sainz, but I don't know. Leclerc definitely is inconsistent, so definitely maybe at the more difficult Grand Prix like Doha, maybe at Portugal, at Brazil, maybe those kind of races where I know it's going to be tough on tyre wear or just tough to, you know, make overtakes happen. Maybe that's when we sub in Sainz next season as a reserve back into the main race role. But for the majority, we keep Leclerc there as a main driver. I don't know, because definitely last 2 races, you know, he had a great first 3. But these last 2 have not been amazing for him. I don't know. It's hard to say where Sainz would have been. A lot of you guys wanted me to pip them 1v1 and not have Rosberg in for a race. But the thing is, that wouldn't be actually a fair contest because I can't truly get the same car that they're in, and there are also too many nuances in a Motorsport Manager race of getting caught up in traffic or overheating the tyres for like 1 split second might do you bad for the entire race. There's a lot of caveats to it where you just can't. It's not a you know, solid test of what they can do in a car. So it's tough. But Rosberg now remains P3. We were behind Bottas, but now he's getting away from us, and we're starting to protect the tyres though. Obviously, Leclerc still P10. That's unfortunate. The 2 Ferraris are battling away, and Paffett's just overtaken Sebastian Vettel. What is that about? We've overtaken Perez, though. We've got 2 medium tyre runners of Paffett and Stroll that I'd like to try and get ahead. We're down the inside of Vettel. Wow, Vettel's really struggling. We've just overtaken him. We're side by side now through the double left-hander. Come on, Leclerc, round the outside of Vettel. Come on, son. Do it. Keep your foot in there. Still side by side. Come on, there we go. Vettel at the apex. We've got him. And we can push away. Let's go high and try and push away there, please, Leclerc. Meanwhile, for Rosberg, he's getting attacked by Daniel Ricciardo, which is not great. So, going to go high mode, try and get away from him if we can. Right, lap 5, Rosberg. I'm having to push him right now, which is not what I want. Ricciardo, right up my tail. He is forcing me to push these tyres to just keep the pace up. Otherwise, he'll overtake us. So, really unfortunate that another team is pushing my buttons a little bit and is going to make this one stop a little bit more difficult. Ricciardo is really quite bloody consistent. Like, look at him. He's just sticking on me like a piece of sellotape there, and Bottas just pulling away there in second place. So annoying times at the moment there for us, because I'd ideally want to be on the exact same thing he's on, neutral high. But he's going to overtake us. I'm calling it now. He's going to overtake us. And Leclerc, at the moment, he's in P8. He's been re-overtaken by Vettel, but him and Vettel have overtaken Paffett. At the moment, we're struggling to get past Vettel. So that's a little bit annoying. But we need to stick to the plan. We need to eke these tyres out for 7 more laps. So can't get held up now at the moment by pushing too much. Because we need to stick to this one-stop plan, which the AI might not be doing. I mean, they might. If Ricciardo ends up doing a one-stop, I'll be thoroughly annoyed the fact that he's pushed us harder than he needs to with the one-stop. Obviously, maybe he's got better tyre wear, but for Leclerc especially, I need to make sure I don't get caught up in trying to push this too much, trying to overtake Vettel, because I need to, especially for him, he's got worse tyre wear than Rosberg. I need to make sure we get this to lap 12, or at least a lap 11. Right, Rosberg's gained 1.1 on the previous lap, so I've got him on neutral, and he's gained that time, so I don't really understand that logic, but Rosberg, you know, feeling a bit more comfortable in the car, whereas Leclerc definitely is not. He's ahead of Vettel, actually. I missed that. He overtook Vettel. Vettel's now re-overtaken him, and so things aren't going great in his world, and he's on 39% wear at the moment, so we're going to have to go conservative for him, because he's not going to make it to the end of the stint at this rate, but he's definitely feeling the pressure here at Doha, whereas Rosberg doing a decent job now. He's pulling away a little bit from Ricciardo. The gap's kind of remained at 5.5, 5.4 there to Bottas. So things are starting to stabilise in Rosberg's world. So that's good. And he's on 40% wear, whereas Leclerc on 36. That's not looking like it's going to get to lap 11. And again, down the inside of Vettel, he's just fighting Vettel hammer and tong like every single lap now. Very odd. He's losing 1.2 there. Not great for the race as a whole for us. Right, lap 8. Vettel's going to come in on this lap, on lap 8. Don't know about Hamilton and Bottas. Are they going to come in? Hamilton's not going to come in. Bottas not going to come in either. Ricciardo is not coming in. Verstappen is. So I think we got a split strategy here. Some of us are doing a one-stop. Some of us are doing a two-stop. Obviously, we're in the camp of a two-stop. Leclerc is gaining some time as Vettel comes in. So obviously that gives us some clean air here. So that's good at least. Right, Leclerc's tyres are now underheated, so we're going to push him in now, and I think we're going to have to come in on this lap, lap 10. So 2 laps earlier than I wanted to. Not ideal, but he just can't do it at the moment. He's just about remaining positive on this in-lap here. He gained a few tenths into Sector 1, then gave me the message his tyres were underheated. He's now gained 1/10 here. He's staying ahead of Paffett, so he's doing a decent job in that regard. We're going to have to come in now this lap, so we're going to go hard tyres, go to the end of the Grand Prix, I hope, with Leclerc. It's going to be very close. Just like last year, it's going to be close with Leclerc. Last year, I think we ended up doing a two-stop at the last minute there with Leclerc. So, yeah, definitely this race is opening my eyes again to the obvious thing. He may have a lot of potential, but he needs to really work on his tyre wear. Like, really, really work on it. Because it's not great at all. At all. Whereas Rosberg doing well. 11% at the moment. We can push on a little bit more. He's only lost 100th there, so that's good. Right, he's in this lap. We lost 2 seconds there at the end of that stint. Ricciardo is ahead of us, but he's on medium tyres, so I've got to hope that he's not doing a one-stop. We're at lap 15 at the moment, just about nearly halfway through this Grand Prix. Rosberg P5, 2 seconds behind Verstappen, a further 4 then to Ricciardo. Banking on the fact they're going to do a two-stop, I really hope. Leclerc, once again, in a tricky situation. His tyre temps are so cold. And I need to heat them up, but that's going to take tyre life out of these tyres. So it's another difficult situation to read. I think we might have to convert this to a two-stop and start pushing him a lot earlier now on the hard tyres. And just do an aggressive two-stop on hards. Right, lap 19, we're closing up on Sebastian Vettel with these hard tyres. His tyres are wearing out. Verstappen's got to surely be doing a two-stop. Vettel as well. Ricciardo, Bottas, Hamilton. I don't know. They could make it to the end of the Grand Prix, potentially, if their tyre wear's that OP. Rosberg, we're at 63% tyre wear. I'm confident we can get to the end with Rosberg. Leclerc, not so much. Not so much. We're only a couple of percentage behind, but you can see here the tyre temps are now rocketing down, and I just can't afford to not push to keep these tyre temps up. Right, lap 22, Leclerc is in P7. I'm attacking at the moment. He's 1.5 gained. I think we're going to switch this to a two-stop, just aggressive two-stop with the hard tyres. Leclerc might still need to do that at Rosberg. I don't know. The one-stop's just a bit too much. And at the moment, though, to be fair to Leclerc, he's got some great pace in free air, and he's got the tyre temps for it, so he may as well. Same for Rosberg, really. Although he's not getting as much pace because his tyres went to uber cold. Right, fast pit stop here for Leclerc. Going to go low fuel as we come in. Right, save that fuel. Come in. Where are we going to be versus Vettel? We are right behind him, I think. No, not even right behind him. Where is Vettel? No, we are ahead of Vettel. Oh, okay. No, we came out ahead of Vettel. So, we successfully overcutted Sebastian Vettel and Perez. Fantastic job there with Leclerc. That's actually amazing. That's great. That's great stuff. We undercut them. We overcut them completely. Awesome. Right. Rosberg, when are you coming in? I think we have to come in this lap now. Right, good pit stop, please, Rosberg. Yep, cool. We're out in P5, and we've got how many seconds to Verstappen? 3 seconds, I think. Right, Rosberg, you just need to go out there and try and chase after Verstappen, mate. Try and overtake him for P4. I think Ricciardo's out of the way, so unfortunately, no podium maybe here in Doha. Again, another difficult one. It's one of these. It's Portugal, Brazil, Doha, and Russia, I think, are all the difficult circuits on this game that at least I can never do them quite right. It's just a bit too hard versus AI. This AI is so consistent, so bulletproof around those circuits. All right, so sit rep with 3 laps remaining now. Rosberg is how many? Still just about 2 or even 3. So Verstappen's somehow really pulling the gap. He's wearing out those hards though, so I've got to hope that sooner or later his pace is going to really drop off, hopefully. Rosberg continuing on. Good tyre wear on the soft, so we can nearly push this. When we get to the next lap with 2 laps to go, I'll really start to attack him now. But he's got good pace at the moment. Just need to save a bit of fuel for that last attack. But, I don't know. I hope we can catch Verstappen by the end of it. It'll be great just to round out, at least with a nice overtake here for P4. With Leclerc, he's catching Stroll as well. Pretty much the same gap to Stroll that Rosberg has to Verstappen. So both these guys pushing for a final overtake in the last few stages of this Grand Prix and season. As we come through another 1-2 tenths gain now, dropping off a little bit of pace. Let's go attack mode now. Let's go high, and let's really push this thing now and try and catch up if we can. 3 tenths lost there. Push that into high gear, please. Right, Rosberg, what are you saying now? How many? Okay, 2 tenths gained. Good. Final lap of the Grand Prix. 6 tenths gain. Right, we're gaining nearly a second, I would say. Across the line, what's it going to be? No, only 6 tenths gain there. Didn't gain as much in the last sector. And same can be said for Leclerc. We're both kind of a bit negative fuel now. And Leclerc only gained 5 tenths there. Rosberg didn't gain enough. Hasn't gained enough. So we're going to come through last lap of the Grand Prix then. Last lap of the season. Last corner of the season. And it's going to be P5 for Rosberg. A little bit of a shame there. P7 for Leclerc. Both of them in the top 10. Top 7 though to get those. Or get the sponsor bonus. That's fair enough. And well, Rosberg didn't do any better than Leclerc in the end. So I can't really take too much away from Leclerc. It was a difficult one for our car. It looks like just didn't have the raw pace really, because both Red Bulls were so much faster and the Mercs were in the world of their own. So yeah, okay, not an insane way to end off the season, but you know that's still going to be securing P2. So roll on that prize money and roll on the end of the season then. Hamilton wins another one, you bastard. I really hope he doesn't re-sign for Merc, and I hope he just retires or whatever, just try and get a closer championship. But yeah, so there we go. The end of Doha is going to mean the end of Season 3 and is going to mean P2 in the championship is done and booked. We're going to get that, well, I don't know if there'll be a P2 trophy, but we'll get the P2 medal or email at least. So good stuff there. Scrutineering shouldn't be any kind of problem. Haven't done any risky parts there. There we go. P5, P7. So in the end, Rosberg will finish up in 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship. 115 off Hamilton though. Yeah, get this man out of the championship. Get him out. And Leclerc finishes up in P9. Sainz down to P8. So these two only separated by about 40 points there. Interesting stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to cost us probably 3 million more over the course of the season, but I think just in case, I will keep Sainz around. I think it's going to be worth it. I think really, I think for those difficult races, Portugal, like I said, Brazil, Russia, and Doha, I think it'll be worth to bring Sainz in with the better tyre and the fuel saving he's got, just for the sake of those difficult ones. But I think overall we'll keep Leclerc as the main driver to help him keep on growing, because he's got the higher potential. But 1.6 gain then, good amount of money in for that one. So there you go, Hamilton wins the championship and the Constructors goes to Mercedes. I'm not bitter at all, but, you know, they need to just, you know, they just need to delete themselves. They're just a bit too quick for the championship. What happened to some nice fair racing? They're just a bit too good at the moment, so let's hope they don't have a great pre-season for Season 4. Pit crew dilemmas, that guy's burnt out. It's fine, man. You can take a chill pill from this guy, and you can calm down for now. Here we go, going through the mail. Then last bit of topping up. Interviews with ESPN. Vettel had a bit of a disaster that race, finishing down P9. Got unlucky. Seb's an excellent driver, I'd say. Little trait added for the future. You never know. Hard-fought win in Doha, and contracts running out. Right, time to re-sign Leclerc then. Got to have the last chance here. Yeah, it's time to re-sign him. So this is what I offer initially, and he didn't like the wages, so he's got a bit big-headed, Charles, and he wants a lot of money here. So, going to have to give it to him. At least 603, 646 is the maximum, so I think we should be fine. 603, hopefully he wants a bigger bonus as well. I mean, he's not going to get first or pole position too often, so 72k per one, I think that'll be good enough, I think. I mean, the highest is 90, so I think 72 should be fine. Equal status, he's happy with the contract length. Medium contract length, 24 months, so that's a re-sign for 2 years. So we got Rosberg and Sainz both on for 1 more year. So I think that'll be good for us to have Charles on 2 years. So it means at the end of Season 4, we'll have to either decide we'll have to decide if we're re-signing or what we're doing with Rosberg and Sainz. But we'll have at least a solidity of just still knowing Leclerc will be there for the next season, so we won't have to worry about that. So we're going to go for a bit. We're going to go for the medium one, just to kind of have that solidity in a year's time. So hopefully he can agree to this, because if not, then Jesus, he's greedy, and then we're in a bit of a pickle. So I'm going to go for that and see how it goes. So car repairs complete, coming through to the end of the season, really. Invite to stock car racing, so he's got +1 on braking, +6 on marketability there, okay, for Leclerc. So a bit of a last-minute addition to him as a driver, but here we go. So end of the season now, prize money for 2018. Thank you very much. Receive 52 million, wow. Jeez, that's a lot of money for P2. I did not think, I said like 30 million at most for P2. 52, okay. We might have a decent amount of money still for next year's cars. A little bit worried about next year's car, but no. I think we're going to have a decent amount. 78, add the 15 on maybe. That we'll get for what we saved. It's going to be okay. But manager of the season goes to me. Thank you very much, John Todd and everyone else who voted. And driver of the season is Pierre Gasly for some reason. Even though I don't think he even scored points, did he? Gasly, he scored 15. Okay, I don't see why he got driver of the season, but there you go. But I got manager of the season, so that's all that matters. We did a really good job in Season 3, I think, overall. So here we go. 2019 rules active. Nothing got improved, so the championship is exactly as it was last year. John Todd's disappointed because he likes change. I agree, actually. So I'm hoping the new GMA votes coming up for this year can be a little bit better, and it's going to be worthwhile for me to vote, really, because I pretty much abstain from every vote. This year, Honda Racing is back in Formula 1 at the expense of Sauber. Meanwhile, in Formula 2, BMW's there, and Lotus been demoted to P3. So, what's that going to mean for the teams? Because at the moment, the one who's demoted is Sauber. Sauber was what? Sauber was which team? Who do they have? Can I see? I mean, let's look. They had Van Dorn and whoever that guy is. And so in 2019, we've gained Honda. So who's driving for Honda Racing then? Let's see. Where's Honda? Honda's going to be Schmidt. And who else? Schmidt and Webber. Mark Webber is back in Formula 1. Okay, how about that? So by 1 point, actually, McLaren knocked out Sauber. That's very intriguing. McLaren, just about by the skin of their teeth, survived in Formula 1 by 1 point to Sauber. Very intriguing, very intriguing. But you can see there the gulf was clear in Season 3. 10 wins to 2 for Alfa Romeo. And we were the second best team. Red Bull got 1 win, Ferrari and Force India. Yeah, I really hope this next preseason Mercedes have an absolute horrible one. Right, contract offer accepted then for Charles Leclerc, so thank you very much. There's going to be a re-sign there for the youngster. So there we go. Our driver lineup will be Charles Leclerc and Nico Rosberg. And for now, I will keep Carlos Sainz as a reserve. It's pretty clear that even though Leclerc is the driver I want in the team to spearhead along with Rosberg, when it comes to the really difficult races, I think it'll be useful to have Carlos Sainz in there. I don't know. We might down the line fire him because also, like Jean Todt says, I like change. I like change as well, Jean Todt. Not just for the cars, but also for our team. I just feel like we need a bit of a shuffle up, you know. We've had Rosberg, Leclerc, and Sainz now for quite a few episodes. I feel like shuffling something up, so I'm feeling a little bit punchy. So I don't know. Maybe mid-season we might fire Sainz out of the blue and try and get someone else. I don't know. But we're gonna stick with this lineup for now. But that's where we're going to end off the episode, guys. We're going to start off next episode with pre-season and the start of Season 4. So, till then, guys, if you have enjoyed this one, hit that like button. If you did enjoy this Season 3, what has been probably one of the most entertaining seasons so far in the Alfa Romeo Career Mode series, then do be sure to hit that like button. Can we try and aim for over 1,000 likes? That'd be awesome if you could. And be sure to smash that to let me know you want to see more of this series in Season 4. Do let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, do get subscribed for weekly full-on content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.